We want to continue our coverage now on the Rust movie shooting charges. Joining me now is Dr. Robert Sanders, Sr. He is a senior lecturer in the Henry C. College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Science at the University of New Haven. Dr. Sanders, thank you so much for being with us. I've got a couple of questions for you here. Earlier today, Alec Baldwin, he was charged with involuntary manslaughter. He denies culpability for the shooting, saying that he was told the gun didn't contain live ammunition. Do you believe that his defense has a strong case?
I don't believe it has a strong case. The district attorney has charged this case in two different ways. She's charged it on the high end of that manslaughter charge and on the low end of the manslaughter charge. But what that I mean was his act in handling the weapon lawful or unlawful. If it was lawful, then he was ordinarily negligent in how he handled that weapon, resulting in Miss Hutchinson's death. If it was unlawful, then he was criminally negligent, which means he was reckless and acted in a way that really defies the safety that you should have around firearms.
Yeah, you bring up a word that's really important, I think, and will prove to be important in this case, and that being negligent, whether it's ordinarily negligent or criminally negligent. We know that the gun was loaded with live and fake ammunition. Baldwin failed to check the gun before firing it, and so prosecutors, they are expected to argue that Baldwin was negligent. My question for you, how important is negligence in an involuntary manslaughter charge?
It's very important, particularly in the unlawful aspect under the laws of New Mexico. He had a duty to determine what that weapon was loaded with, and the other person charged, the armorer, also had a duty to make sure that she handed him the properly loaded weapon, which she didn't.
Wow. The victim's family says that they are supportive of these charges that have been given to Alec Baldwin. Given your experience as a federal criminal prosecutor, do you believe that new laws need to be established on movie sets concerning live ammunition?
Well, I'm not sure if that's a federal matter. Most of these movie sets are done in accordance with state regulations and state law. The charges here are under Chapter 30 of the Criminal Code of the State of New Mexico, which is a law that was only enacted in 2018. So it's not an old and antiquated law that these charges are being brought under. It's a new law under the state of New Mexico. Connecticut has its own set of laws around these things and would charge depending on the circumstances. In this case, the totality of the circumstances indicates that there was a real lack of safety and caution. And the prosecutors will have to look at that and make decisions. But it's more than likely a state-level consideration as opposed to federal.
And Dr. Sanders, you said that you believe prosecutors will have a strong case here. Do you believe jail time is probable? And if so, how much could he be looking at?
Well, that's really one of the most interesting parts to this. So in a straight involuntary manslaughter case, the max is usually 18 months, and the fine is up to $5,000 for the conviction. But the prosecutors indicated she's going to add on circumstances that involve firearm enhancement. And that firearm enhancement actually adds 5 years, potential of 5 years, to the sentence. So both Alex Baldwin and Hannah Reed could serve 6.5 years and pay a $5,000 fine if they are given the max at a conviction.
Well, we certainly know that a lot of attention will be drawn on this case when it does go to court. Dr. Robert Sanders, can't thank you enough. With the University of New Haven, we appreciate your time.